My name is Bill Haley for Competitive Social Security Systems Facebook page. So I want to do a government reform where we take Social Security, we split it into about 12 different organizations, and you pick which organization you want. Each organization does the full Social Security, but you pick which organization you want to go with. Each organization doing it differently. So some will do greater taxes and greater benefits. Others will do significantly less taxes and significantly less benefits, and everything in between. So people can do it what they think is smarter, and with greater taxes, greater benefits. Other people think, no, we're going to have more liberty with doing a lot less taxes, a lot less benefits. So let's go through it real quick. I'm going to try to go through it rapidly. I have a 12-minute video out there. I'm going to try to do this under 4 or 5 minutes, and let's see if I can do it quickly. So competitive Social Security. We have about a dozen bullet points right here, so let's go through it. Every person selects their retirement system. Again, there'll be about a dozen. All you have to do is group together with 5% of your fellow citizens, and you can have a retirement system. Part of a citizen's responsibility is to take reasonable steps, not to become a burden on society in their elderly years. There are many ways to get there. Medicare will follow the same reform, so every time you hear me say Social Security, Medicare is involved as well. Obviously a little bit different, it's a healthcare system, but you can go with the healthcare system that you want to go with. It can be more libertarian, where you're just saving up money for insurance premiums, or you can have a full healthcare system like Medicare. So let's keep on going. After proper legislation, about a dozen Social Security type systems will emerge. Each system needs to have at least 5% of its citizens. And I do have an upper limit of 20%. So if you have more than 20%, you split into two with similar values, similar policies, similar benefits and taxes. Every citizen must select which retirement system they wish to be in. Each retirement system only governs its members, probably the most important part of this. Every retirement system must ensure its members are not impoverished in their elderly years, thus minimum standards. Again, minimum standards, there's a lot of ways to get above that minimum standards. You can have your adult children sign contracts saying that they're going to take care of their elderly parents in their elderly years, and that the elderly parents don't have to save as much. Or that's just one mechanism. There's dozens of mechanisms for that. I can go over many different more ideas. Minimum standards are not in micromanaging, but are results oriented. There are many pathways to achieve results. The current pay-as-you-go system did not save money. It's a massive debt, and government bonds. One department of the government saying I have government bonds, but the overall government spent that money, and the only way they get that money back is future taxes. It just means that the Social Security Administration relies on future taxes. So let's just say that the current Social Security system is not financially done well. Okay, current promises will be fulfilled with government's debt given to competitive retirement systems in proportion to their membership. So we're going to create an asset based off of future taxes. I want to stick with the 5% of GDP. A limitation, so basically $1 trillion for roughly 50 years. It'll taper off at the end of those 50 years. So it's not a wall ending, but it tapers off. And that's going to give an asset to each retirement system, and each retirement system will get a proportion of that budget based off their citizens and the age of those citizens and how much money they put into the system. So if somebody's 95 years old, they're probably not going to get too much because their life expectancy is only a few more years. But somebody who is 65 probably going to get the most. Somebody who's 20, they're just starting. They haven't been putting money into the system, so they'll probably get next to nothing for that. And then, so that's just the transition part of it. So let's keep on going. A retirement system may elect to take less government funding for promises in exchange for its members paying lower Social Security repayment tax. I'm not going to stop and talk about that right now. I'll do a separate video on that alone, but read it again and try to understand what I'm talking about there. Everything's easy to find at Haley2024.org. Please consider a donation. And this is for the Facebook page. On my website here, I have a full system for Social Security. Then I have a Facebook page that tries to take Social Security reform by itself. The other one's integrated within many other reforms I have. So I have two different ways of doing it. There's a lot of ways to do it. I'm just giving major ideas. One, the simplest one by itself, called under the Facebook heading. The other one integrated within my debt payoff system, and but it's still basically the competitive Social Security. Until the next video.